I'm Pastor George Borkart, and this is another Higher Things video short. The Christian Church and abortion. That's the subject of today's Higher Things video short. Hey, if you love our videos, if you are learning about your Christian faith in places where you never expected to learn about your faith from, Missouri Synod Lutheran pastor and his Jack Russell Terrier named Thor, who can't catch a bad pass, go ahead and like and subscribe our videos today. You can also go to support.higherthings.org and give today your tax-deductible gift. Back in the bed. Your tax-deductible gift keeps Higher Things, a youth organization all about the passing on the faith to the next generation. Youth organization. Don't you want to help us? Help us teach the faith to the next generation. You and I will not always be here. We need your help. Give today. So the Christian church and abortion, the church has done an amazing job of catechizing her youth, young adults on life issues. Abortions are lower than they were before Roe v. Wade. The majority of the young people of our church body and the world and America believe that abortion is murder. We are winning the argument. I was pro-choice in high school during my agnostic phase, and arguments from Christians won me over. It was part of my "this is how you end up here" phase. Ooh, bad pass. So we're doing really well on that. Teaching the absurdity of the other arguments, that it's a baby when we love it, but it's a choice when we don't, a fetus when we don't, that things have gotten so extreme on the other side that some states want to abort babies that have been born. So good stuff going on life issues inside the church. Get back in the bed. Back in the bed. So now, that's the good. The not so good is what we should be all about, which is forgiveness. This is what we're about. We're about the forgiveness of sins. We're about mercy and grace for those who are troubled. And there are victims. There are multiple victims in an abortion, and I'm not just saying the baby. There's the parents. They either did something because it was expedient, or they at the time they didn't realize, or they were ashamed of what they've done. And when the law and the gospel come clear to them, and they realize, 2 for 2, and they realize the sin, and they need the forgiveness of sins. When someone says, I'm not a bad person, it's not like I've killed anyone. When the lights go off and they're alone, they think to themselves, yeah, I did. I am a murderer. I killed my child. And for those people, they need the forgiveness of sins. They know that there is one who knows about killing their son. The Father knows about the cross. He knows how it feels. And for you, there's forgiveness. And for you, there's mercy. And for you, there's love. We need, as a Christian church, to deliver, especially on Life Sunday, the forgiveness of sins. We need to communicate to people who've had abortions, and they're in our pews. There's forgiveness for you. There's mercy. One of my friends, Deaconess Ellie Caro, said it best. Loving life in all, we should love life. Loving life is loving life in all the places where life is, and rejoicing that it is there. Forgiveness, mercy, and love. And the third place where we need to work on in the Christian faith is judgment. Ooh, it was my fault, Thor. What I mean by that is this. There was a pastor who heard confession, and a woman confessed to him an abortion. He absolved that and sent her on her way. Then she fell into sin again, got pregnant, and the church judged her and made her feel terrible about what she's done, even though she was forgiven. She went to confession again and received forgiveness, but the people judged and condemned, and just, it made it awful. Probably the very reason why she got the first abortion. And when she fell into sin again, what do you think she did? Back in your bed. Back in your bed. This is a big moment. Back in your bed. All right. We in the church need to hear what Deaconess Ellie said, that, and I'm not okaying babies outside of wedlock. That's not what I'm doing. But when they happen, when a parent, a Christian, when they choose life and not death, when their answer to their sin is not to hide it, but to face it, receive forgiveness, and receive absolution, we need to support them. We need to care about them. We need to love them. We need to help the single mom in the pew when she needs help. We need to not judge those who've been forgiven and not condemn them. We need to be a sanctuary where life is celebrated, life in Christ. And life in Christ is sometimes messy. Sometimes we have sins. Sometimes we need forgiveness. And when we're forgiven and we live with those sins, we need to live in that forgiveness and mercy and love for those around us. We need to help our single moms. We need to support them. We need to be a place that understands that thank you for giving life. Look, there are people out there, there are Christians out there who condemn single parents as sinning against the child because they're not giving them a single mom, sinning against the child for not giving an opportunity to have a relationship with their dads. Do you see how that happens? How that goes wrong? And their heart's in the right place. I wish every family was a nuclear family with 2.5 kids, with 2 parents that were happy and all of that jazz. But life isn't like that in this world. So where there's sin, there needs to be forgiveness. And where there's consequences for that sin, we need to recognize that God has made it good. The sin, adultery, has been made good with the life of a child. Whether it's raised, adopted, or raised by a single mom. All I'm saying, and in no way, shape, or form, is this video pro-abortion or pro-single parenting. But what I'm saying is when it happens, we need to love and serve our neighbor, just as Christ loved and served his neighbor. Women, where then are your accusers? They're gone? Well, neither do I accuse you. Go and sin no more. Be free of your sin. Be free of the condemnation for what's going on in your life. So in review, doing really good on pro-life issues. We're communicating that abortion is murder and that the life is precious in all its places. We need to be about forgiveness and mercy, though, both for the mom and for the parents. The mom that's raising the child all by herself, maybe, and the parents who need forgiveness for what they've done in having an abortion. Think about it. Think about the gospel. There's gospel even in this one. God's working it out for good, even in this video. I'm Pastor George Borghardt with Thor, and this has been another Higher Things video short.